Hello, welcome guys. If you guys are just tuning in, welcome. Just gonna do a little bit of an overview for the week, stuff like that. So, if you guys got any questions to start off, let me know. Ooh, good to see. Futures are looking okay. When I look at futures, not really care. We have 7 hours till market opens, so futures aren't really that big of a deal for me. But if we can see a little bit of upside, cool. Again, I think that coming into November is usually really strong for the stock market. So excited for November to roll around here, or yeah, in November, and then December is usually historically. When I say historically, usually good for the stock market. So again, we will just have to see. Excited for some of the names on PHUN stuff like that. But hey, if you guys are just joining in, welcome. If you have any questions at all, any tickers, any financial stuff on tickers, let me know. We will go over those. BBIG was up a lot after hours. Didn't really get to see the news on that, so we'll have to take a look. I know Shiba's absolutely ripping too, but yeah, if you guys are tuning in, you got any questions whatsoever, let me know. We will go over those tickers or charts, whatever that is. But yeah, excited to see what Fun does this week. I know Benny, BENE ticker. I think it got a price target of 18. Um, so we'll see. In this channel, we did end up swinging Mark. We swinged Mark yesterday. We're up about 100% on it. Am looking for some follow through. I know it opened at some other markets at like $5. Yeah, I know Mark is going crazy. I guess the German markets it's already pushed up. It's at 479, so I'm excited to see what happens with that. If you guys are tuning in, you got any questions, any tickers you want me to go over, let me know. We will go over those. Um, do you want to take a look? Yeah, futures do look good for the most part. Again, nothing crazy to look at futures. Look at some key levels here, though. Computer is being a little bit slow today. Hopefully YouTube is not laggy. Getting 30 frames, so shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, actually futures look really nice. I think that we're setting up a nice bull flag right here. We got a nice breakout over this 450 level, but again, we're setting up for another push. Got lots of volume coming in, so hopefully this line will sit on this 4 hour and we can push through this week. Again, November very historically really good for the market. Also, BBIG has a perfect flag coming into the trading session. So we'll see if that can shape up as well. But yeah, if you guys are tuning in, welcome. If you have any questions at all, let me know. We'll go over tickers, financials, anything you guys would like to see. Also fun, yeah. PHUN is going to be interesting to take a look at as well. Dogecoin's actually doing pretty good. It's been kind of slowed down a little bit, a lot. It really hasn't been following, most of the other coins. So good to see that those are kind of popping off again. And I know Okujin too, another one that I was talking about. We are pending that POO approval, so maybe Okujin will start to heat up this week as well. I know we had a kind of a rough week on Okujin, but still think we could get some follow through on here. When I go over to Okujin, we'll take a look at this. Okujin. So possible double bottom right here, actually. Maybe a double bottom right here on the 4 hour looks okay. Big pivot point coming up at $9. But yeah, again, MACD start trying to curl up. And I think on that 1 year, 1 day, we're still curled up. So yeah, we're still here, but yeah, big price point tomorrow. See if we can gap that golden cross. Oh, Fun versus B. All right, we'll take a look, guys. Fun versus being passed up 39, hold for big push, hoping to kill it this week and take my tendies back to AMC. She was great. options on DWAC. So we'll take a look at DWAC in fun. I think that the problem is they are very, very overextended. So when I look at these names, we are overextended a lot. But, we still have some, potential huge moves coming up. For fun, again, we're going to have to see how the market opens. We are holding this, this seems like some key support in this 5 area all the way up to 9. We can pull up DWAC. DWAC's going to probably have exactly the same chart. Take a look. So that's up to you. I mean, this is a super volatile play. I mean, we're up 1,000% on fun. So me and my Discord and to all my followers, we lock in profit. So, if you're up, that much money, take it, put it back into something well. I mean, you'll have to see how it opens. I don't know. There's so much volume coming in. So I think, though, that Benny did get a nice price target of, I think, $80 or something crazy. I want to say it was $80 or something crazy. So we could see Benny rip next, today, most definitely, with that $80 price target if these names start to go again. But, a big key level for Benny is going to be 13 if we're going to extend higher. It's hard on those names. They're very emotional plays. BKKT, we'll look at BKKT. So on these, was good to see. So usually on these IPO ranges, yeah, I think that, they could be done. It's really, really hard to say. There's so much volume. It's very, it's a very emotional play, right? These are just emotional stocks. They don't really run on, technicals. It's more of, I think Benny will do good tomorrow just because of the price targets. And then Mark, yeah, Mark was good. If you guys in the Discord, we got in really, really early on Mark. We actually got in right here at about $1.60. Did sell some, up in this 240 range, but I am holding a little bit. When we talk about a perfect trend line, going back to some of my other videos, this thing is holding the trend lines. I think it's up about $5 in Germany, but so I'll be up about 200%. But follows this trend line perfectly. We were playing, selling at the bottom of here, buying back. But yeah, very, very healthy. Okigen is a good short. I mean, I don't think it depends. Very explosive name. We do have a lot of upside right here. We held this bull pennant for a year and a half. We did break out on the daily. We'll see if it looks like a big level for us to break is going to be about $8.50 on this another falling wedge. I think Okigen does look good if we are primed with some news. BKK was what I pull up. We'll look at SDPI. SDPI. So let's go. We're gonna need to go to the weekly. All these drilling plays, so many reverse splits. So on the weekly, it looks. I'm really not liking the look right here. We've really never been extended higher. We're starting to lose volume on the weekly, and on the daily, that's going to show as well. Yeah, on the daily, we needed to hold this 122 support right here. We did break down. We are starting to see 3 black crows develop as well. So we have a lot of downside back to 77 cents, and we're losing a lot of volume. So not bullish on that one. Sure, we'll take a look at some key pivot points on that. Also, we can look up earnings. Very big into hypergrowth here. So if you guys do have anything like that, But yeah, we will take a look at Amazon and Disney. Am interested in earnings coming into Amazon. I haven't actually looked at the charts. VIH. Yeah, really not interested here. Again, we broke our SPAC key level. So usually when a SPAC breaks its $10 or $9.80, not interested. Thanks for being up with us. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting in Mark a little bit more on this channel. This is more of we try to play good portfolio. I do hyper growth a lot. I'm up 1,000% on some names like APPS, some really, really good hyper growth stocks. Earnings is coming up this week too, so I am interested at that. There should be some key pivot points. I know that PayPal, there's some names like that I look. So we will take a look at that. We'll look at some Amazon. We'll look at Amazon, what it's doing. I know it's been kind of Amazon's a really, really hard name to play, but I think earnings will probably be decent. Okay, so let's go back to here. Okay. So we had a lot of upside the other day. My problem with Amazon, we've been coiling for a while. We had a nice double bottom here. This is what I would say for Amazon. Obviously, we have some key support down here at like 3,180. Possibly. So when we go back to some other charts on my 200-day exponential moving average, on these large cap stocks, some of the biggest plays I ever find for calls, I made 1,000% on my Nike calls, but this 200-day exponential moving averages, when we do hit this 200-day moving average, it usually acts as some support, and we usually bounce off there. Same thing, if you look through a lot of these large caps, Facebook did the same thing here. Ignore this gap down because I did make money on this way up here. But Amazon playing into earnings is going to be interesting. I would, at this 200-day moving average at about 3,300 will be some good support right here. If we do break 3,300, we could potentially be setting up a head and shoulders pattern, which I don't like to see. We have a shoulders here, we have a head, and then we have another shoulder. So for me, if Amazon does, break this 3,300 level, I do think we'll have some more downside. And then we'll take a look at Disney. I haven't looked at Disney. Disney actually looks interesting at this level. When we talk about a channel break, when we're talking about a channel play, this is how we play a channel. We buy at the bottom. We have support here that we can see at this $170 level. So if we buy here, it looks like we hit, this 180 to 188 level. So for me, if I was going to buy Disney, we're sitting right here at the bottom of the support line. So not a bad idea to buy here. I would probably risk off about a 167 using our last big low. So for me, not a bad idea to buy down here for a potential move higher just because we're down here. So if, we entered here with, even a 168 stop loss, good risk reward coming in. So those ones are hard to play. These large cap techs or even Disney, they've just been consolidating for a while. So Disney coming to earnings though, we have a key level here to hold, so not a bad idea to buy down there. Mark or Benny, here's the thing. They're super overextended, Mark and Benny, so if you're not in there, I'd probably advise not getting in. Again, my Discord, everyone got in Mark and, $1.60. Looks like we're sitting at about $4.50 in Germany right now. Benny, I will be taking on watch tomorrow with that big $80 price. $80 price target. So have a long ways to go up from there. Yeah, Tesla looks nice as well. I am a little bit worried for Tesla's chart, but does look good. I know earnings, their margin revenue, their margin was really, really good. There was a lot of good things from that earnings report, which I think, could propel it higher. Let's take a look at Tesla chart. Actually, Tesla looks super strong. Obviously we broke our all-time highs. Only thing, I do think we will see a pullback. I could put the fib retracement on here, but I did look on my other 910 is a 72.7 fib level, so I do expect a little bit of a bounce here. When we do look at this, we were following this trend line really well, and it now looks like, maybe we're following something like this. I do think Tesla needs to see a little bit of a breather. Obviously, when we look down here at our RSI, last time our RSI was right here, we go 878 down to 780. So right now, Tesla's super overextended. For me, I would like to get back in at, this 850 level. But yeah, super overextended on the RSI, and even on the weekly, I'm sure we're overextended as well. We are getting into that overextension area. So pullback on Tesla might not be bad, but I wouldn't be, we could go higher from here as well. Hard graph. Yeah, I do. Nice to see that we broke all-time highs, and that was a big pivot, this 900 level. So we'll see. RSI is just a little bit too high on that daily for me to want to enter. A couple other names that I'm interested. One of my favorite growth stocks. I'm in here at $15 on APPS, but We had a rough week with Snap, but I do expect earnings to be well. This actually was a nice reset on RSI as well. Still staying bullish on our Golden Cross, so not terrible. I could look at Shiba if you really wanted. I could pull up TradingView. I don't really do too much of anything else. BBIG did pop after hours, was interesting. Maybe we'll stay up till 2 and see what the market does. We'll throw on ES here. And there's a lot of earnings coming out this quarter. We're right into earnings all the way until November 12th. So for me, earning plays are really, really hard. It looks like earning reports have been bad. So there is some that I'm really looking forward to. I think Amazon will do good on earnings. We kind of been sitting in this this range, and if we do have good earnings, I wouldn't be surprised if we break that 3,500 level. But again, we'll just have to see. Markets do look like they're pointing up tomorrow as well. Okay, ESEA, yeah, looks like a super, super strong growth name. We have talked about this before. When I look at strong growth names like this, I'll take a look at what our earnings are, So let's take a look. When I look here, crazy EPS change. When I do look at strong growth names, let me plug in my favorite, APPS. We usually want to see sales up 100% combined with EPS. That's how I've found a lot of my multi-bag or growth stocks. So for example, EPS, most importantly, our sales is what we like to see. So back to ESEA, our margin was good. Sales are not up. So our debt is high too. So I'm going to take this just to the next level. So it does look okay there. We're going to look at Yahoo Finance. So yeah, annually looks like we've been growing quarter to quarter. Really, really good. Cost of revenue is not too bad, and our operating expenses really, really low. So again, really, really good growth. But we do see that we have done really, really well these last 2 quarters. We have been beating. We have a really, really big estimate at 1.39. So hopefully we can beat this. If we can beat this, we still will be good. And talking about a growth name, obviously, we're staying RSI super, super high. This whole chart looks really, really bullish. If my computer's gonna work. Did Thinkorswim crash on me? Yeah. Ooh, okay. Okay. This might be a time to quit. I might have to start up Thinkorswim. Just give me a second, guys. Sorry. I don't know why. We'll talk about, thanks, bro. I like Amazon holding through earnings. Yeah, Amazon's a good long term. We have been sitting at this consolidation for a while. Never a problem. Appreciate you taking, yeah. Top 3 stocks you recommend if it takes a dump. COVID supply. Yeah, sure. So I stick in hypergrowth. This channel, I do like day trading, whatever. I can look at the charts, but I do stick in hypergrowth. That's where I have a lot of winners in hypergrowth, a lot of multi-bags, but APPS Digital Turbine is one of my favorite ones. And then on top of that, XP. We'll take a look at those. Seriously. All right, there we go. We'll take a look, though. Disney, I love it. Loading up 170 calls for next year, yeah. When we're talking about, leaps, leaps aren't a bad idea. Sometimes I think that, Disney, again, last earnings are really, really good, and we have been consolidating. If you did look at the chart, we're sitting at a really, really good spot to buy. But yeah, I will go to my top 3 stocks here. Definitely APPS is my top one. I'd probably say XSPN is second is probably XP, EXPI, and third is hard. Third, I would probably say we'll take a look. If my Thinkorswim's gonna load, Thinkorswim's just been super, super slow today. Hopefully it loads. If not, I really don't want to cut it. Appreciate all the subs coming through as well. Okay. Yes, we know that. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why this is so slow. Everything else is just fine. Maybe that tab. I don't know. Okay. Hopefully this works now. Okay, we're back. Okay, cool. Sorry about that. So Disney chart, like I was saying, down here at the support line, is looking really, really good on the yearly. Not great, but it's a great time to buy. Again, with the stop loss of 167, it's a great risk reward. Do think we will see some upside, hopefully. What's going on, Shaknar? Okay, so again, we'll go over my top 3 since you guys wanted to see. APPS right here. I've been in here since 15. It's one of my favorite growth stocks. XP, another one. I am at about a $20 average on XP, and XP looks like we're close to a daily breakout as well. Last earnings sent this up 40%. So XP is my second favorite, and then BioCryst will probably be my third. I think BioCryst in 5 years will be at $100 a stock. It's actually setting up really, really nice. Hopefully we can break out of this falling wedge. But yeah, those are probably my top 3. There's a lot of names to pick from, but yeah, those are my top 3. ES looks okay. On futures, on SPY, we still have a ways to go up. We are starting some more volume. We are looking like we might, I really like this look right here. We're right at all-time highs on SPY, and, we're forming in a nice bull flag to hopefully, go through that. Yep, you're welcome. We'll see. Disney leaps on Disney might be a good idea, especially at support. Hopefully earnings are good, but not a bad time, especially if you're not really worried. The hard time, is really timing the market, but down here I think there is a discount on Disney. Another interesting name too. We talked about this 200-day moving average. Their support, and if we look at a really nice chart, Nike. Nike we see. This 200-day moving average work as support 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So we're back on Facebook right now, right at our 200-day moving average. I did take some calls yesterday down at 322, but I do think we have a nice gap to fill up. If we can reclaim this 329 level on Facebook, that'd be really the safest place. But again, Facebook is sitting at my one of my favorite indicators right here. So I do think that. Facebook could be interesting again if you're looking at leaps. Leaps or even monthlies wouldn't be a terrible idea here on Facebook. One of my favorite charts coming into this week, and then PayPal, PYPL. PayPal's interesting as well. We did break our 200-day moving support, so we could see some more downside. But again, if you're bullish on PayPal, we're really, really high from all-time highs. So, I think that their actual acquisition wasn't a bad idea. So, another name that, maybe leaps would be a terrible idea. Can I check if the tickers are correct? We'll do some DD on them, my own. Yeah, take a look. Those are correct. For my whole BCRX, pretty much with their AstraZeneca has a $40 billion revenue stream from one of the drugs they're working on. They just ended up getting patent approval for their new drug. Earnings were up. So I do think that, and their new drug is just a pill. AstraZeneca's is blood infusions and stuff like that. So I think BCRX will be $100 in 3 or 4 years. APPS and XP. APPS is a digital company, sells ads. But again, the whole thesis around here since I've been long at $15. If we look annually, this company is doubling almost every year, but more importantly, if we go and look at quarter to quarter, APPS had a rough yesterday because of Snap, but again, we look at our EPS 162. We're just growing super, super quick. And then XP is a online realtor, kind of like DoorDash, but it's kind of a third-party service. I have a couple friends that work for XP. They really, really like it. Again, the growth story is there as well. Do think these will be back to all-time highs soon. Yeah, Mark was up again. I'm up Mark. I have it at about $1.55 in the Discord. If you guys are interested, the Discord is available. Good option if you guys do post some good stuff there. But yeah, we'll see. I entered Mark based off technicals, but I did hold some because I was up. Don't really know too much news on Mark, but I am up quite a bit of money on that. So interesting to see what will happen on Monday for sure. And again, futures do look good, so hopefully, I know there's a lot of people that on fun and stuff are bag holding, so hopefully there's another e-commerce company that is expanding. Yeah, which I really, really like C. That's another hyper growth story there. I really, really like C, especially that we saw that we were expanding into, we're expanding into Europe now. Their profit margins are really, really good. I really, really like C, and even if we plug this in here, I do have C from I have C at about 150. But yeah, C again. Our sales percent year over year is just insane. The only problem I don't like is the market cap is pretty high, but let's take a look. Yes, I do like it. I don't know much to say from that. I do like C, and I do think that and when we talk about relative strength, right, growth stocks have been getting hit this year. This is just relative strength is crazy on this name. I wouldn't be surprised if this is $500 a share end of next quarter. We're actually, RSI is really, really good. We're still not oversold, overbought at all. Again, when I do look at C, I do think we might see a little bit of a pullback. I'd love to buy, C at this 347 to like 355 level, but another one really, really like. Another growth stock thesis is the same as there. Prague looks okay. When we look on the daily, we've just seen lower lows, lower lows, lower lows, lower lows, which I don't like to see. We are starting to see a higher high, a higher low, a higher low, higher low, higher low. For Prague, we got a clear support would be at 223. I hope if we can push over this 330 level is a big deal. This is where our 200-day moving average is. Looks like we weren't able to touch it 1, 2, 3 times. So we really want this 200-day moving average to hold in. We really are getting overextended up here on MACD, though. RSI looks okay. So, again, another one that I'm not really interested in. We are really overextended from 66 cents. But if we can reclaim like 330, possibly. Another name not really too interested in, but I know there's a lot of people. Lots of volume coming in. We had a really strong volume day yesterday. So as long as this volume keeps up, we should be fine. With all these, super... And when we do talk about our parabolic curve, the only thing that worries me a little bit is when we look at our parabolic curve, there's usually 4 phases into this. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we our kind of 5th is where we top out at. I do see a 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we do extend higher, to $4 or something, that could be the end of this parabolic curve for now. That's kind of the and that sometimes that parabolic curve doesn't really form in here, but this definitely is a parabolic curve, and we are getting stepped up into our 5 sets. When we look at something like CEI, a great example of why you can use this parabolic curve. Probably go to the 4-hour. So we have our 1, 2, 3, 4. This is our last curve up here, and we plummeted. So can use that a little bit. ES, what is ES doing? ES is looking really, really good, and over 455, we'll have a nice daily breakout. We'll see. Yeah, Mark is going crazy. I'm looking on the Germany side. Is anyone even holding Mark? I feel like everyone's just I don't know if anyone's actually holding Mark, but huge name. It's been up a lot. Someone on Discord wanted me to look at AMC. I think AMC actually is looking okay. I don't really follow a lot of the meme stocks. They follow off emotion rather than, technical analysis, stuff like that. But if we do look at AMC, yeah, you're welcome. No worries. AMC, man, we actually are looking like AMC is going to have a huge move up eventually. AMC actually at these levels I do like. Obviously we're filling in this huge bull flag once again. We're starting to coil up pretty tightly here. I still think we need about another week or two to really get this chart set for a move. But when I do look at that, our RSI is we are oversold. We have seen a bounce every time that it has been oversold. Once, twice, three, they always bounce from there. We also are sitting at, here's our support line. We're sitting right at the bottom of our support line, and we are funneling this bull flag. So if we zoom in closer, buying down at the support line with a stop at about $34. If we do end up breaking this upper resistance line at about, $42, we could see a huge move. So AMC down here, right here, actually doesn't look like a terrible idea. Again, I don't play AMC, but that chart looks okay. WeWork looks decent. So the same thesis, it's our IPO range. So when we look at any IPO, and this can be used for any chart, anything, we usually go back to our 1 year, 1 day. And this first candle is it's our pivot point. So below 10.5 is bearish. Above 11 or above about 12 is going to be bullish. So on these IPOs, when it does break this first candle, I love to see that. The 1 day there's not much to see. On the 4 hour, we are getting really, really close to a possible breakout here. So here's our bull flag being formed in right here. We're going to go into a tighter time frame so we can see this better. So yeah. It looks super, super healthy. We just IPO'd, but we are filling this in. So above, 1350 is going to be really, really bullish. We could see some more upside. Again, we're seeing a lot of volume come in, so that lane does look decent. Again, not a lot of history, but just off the chart, it looks great. Super, super good looking bull flag. We are super, super close. So if we have an update tomorrow, we probably will break that. Does look pretty good. I wonder if we can get a better drawing on there. No, that other one was probably okay. Maybe something like that. I don't know. But yeah, it does look good. Had a huge candle right there into after hours. Looks like someone definitely wanted to get in there. That's for sure. Okijin is trending again. Interesting. I know they've been waiting for WHO approval, but I don't know if that's going to come in or what's going to do that. I appreciate all the subs coming through. I do have a Discord as well. There's some options in there. So if you do like the content, I do stream every day. I am live every day. Some days more than others, but I do try to. I think for the last month I've been live every single day. So we do that, and then in the Discord there's some more stuff. I'll give you guys my growth portfolio. We talk about stuff like that. Yeah, we actually haven't even seen What is that? WeWork. Interesting. There's probably not going to be much. Probably not much data on this since it just IPO'd, but it also could have been. You got listed on NASDAQ, not sure. Yeah, not sure. VTOL. Okay. Don't really like VTOL. There's not a lot of growth in here. I'm assuming that might pay dividends. Basing on the chart, it might be a dividend giant. We don't even pay dividends. Interesting. Okay. Let's look here. So yeah, year over year, we're just not growing at all. Our cost of revenue is crazy expensive. Our operating expense is very expensive as well. So our actual income, we're actually negative every year. Same with the quarterly. So we're actually a negative company. So I don't like to see that. We'll go to the financials. Looks like we just can't beat revenue any quarter. I do want to look at our cash on hand. Cash on hand, you see that we are losing about every quarter, 30 million. We're not, looking for a dilution, but I would definitely stay out of that. Not a big fan. It looks like it could pay dividends, but it doesn't. So, again, I don't really follow dividend stocks, but probably say no. If I look at a company, even if it's something like Amazon, Disney, Facebook, year over year, they're growing. I like to see companies with more growth. Let alone, I don't want to see companies that just go downhill every year. Another thing that people don't look at, the cost of revenues, very, very, if you make $1 trillion in a quarter, but your cost of revenues 1.2 trillion, it doesn't really matter. You think DWAC is going to fly? I hope for you. That'd be cool. But DWAC, we think of something like DWAC that's up $10 to 100. We're up, 1,000% in 2 days. We're super, super overextended. So, if you're in early, cool. But for me, unless, the technicals, if I look in here and, it looks appealing off of some technicals or it's filling in something cool. But for me, I'm not going to be holding it long. We do have big gaps to fill down, but hopefully we'll see tomorrow. We could see some more upside again. RSI is completely, we're looking good. MACD looks like we might curl up again. Looks okay, I suppose. Yeah, not interested at these levels, but if you're in, cool. One of those names that, I'm not going to overnight, but, something like, DWAC, I did make a ton of money off of it earlier. I did see, this was the setup I saw. We had a huge bull flag going into close the day before last. So I did take shares here at about 47, and we did sell at about, 70. So I did take that trade. So for me, we'll see. It doesn't look like anything is setting up on the chart at all. We do have some good support at the 65 level, but here we don't really have a double bottom in place, so nothing too great, but who knows? It's an emotional stock. It could be up tomorrow huge, I'm not sure. We'll have to just see tomorrow what happens. I do feel bad. I did see some people that posted screenshots down thousands of dollars, but you can't expect to make it, you can't expect to not have any risk when a stock's up 1,000% or 2,000%. I guess when people bought, they lost that much. So I am actually more interested in Benny, BENE tomorrow. They had a big price target of about $80. Usually I don't, price targets really don't mean a lot, but just because that stock has been moving and that is a pretty big price target increase. We'll have to look. Some other big cap stocks. I wonder what Apple's doing. I haven't looked at Apple in a while. Apple actually looks okay. Apple over, we actually are setting up an okay bull flag right here, but Apple over, if we can get back in this trend line right here, Apple over about 150 would look really, really good. Wish I would have saw this inverted head and shoulders right here, but can't play them all. Yeah, BENE, yeah, that got a big price target, so this could be one that, does really, really well tomorrow. We need to go $10 to $19 back down all the way, but again, we got a lot of room to run on this stock because of the price target. I'll see what happens tomorrow when I wake up. I'll look what our volume looks like if we're even getting any hits on price action or price. So we'll just have to see. Yeah, again, a lot of people are trapped in there, so hopefully it goes up. If you are bag holding and these do go up, just make sure you sell out your position. My whole thing is, only risk off 10%, 5% of your portfolio, and if you risk off 10% of that, you're only going to lose, 0.5% of your portfolio. So for me, if I can't sleep at night from holding a stock, I probably sell it. So I hope for everyone that it does well, but can't expect a lot off of a stock that's already up 1,000%. You know, stocks that usually are higher tend to go higher, but I'm interested to see tomorrow. Might be some fun to play those tickers. It has been for the last, few days. All right, our futures looking good. Our futures are looking good. Over this, we do have a nice breakout. Again, if we can break this, I'd probably call it 4,550 level. We are getting really, really close there on the 1 minute. Could have a big breakout as well. So we'll see how that looks. Salem, we'll take a look. Don't really like this. Not really liking this at all. We're super, super overextended in my opinion. These big spikes usually look like they get sold off really, really quick. We do have a really, really bad looking, we have an inverse hammer. For something like this, it really looks like we pumped up really, really hard in the morning and just kind of faded away. So I would probably not say interested. Yeah, that's not it to see. If I can't sleep with the stock I have overnight, I'll probably sell it. Yeah, I mean, the stock market is here every day. It's really you gotta fix your emotions and your whole mental aspect. I've had definitely days where I'm sitting 80% on my portfolio into something stupid, and it's like I can't sleep. So I just realized if I'm only risking off 5% of my portfolio on a play, and I'm willing to lose 10% of that, I can only lose 0.5% of my portfolio. So again, I focus a lot on risk management on this channel because some people just don't have it. Again, when you're risking 5% of your portfolio, you can't double your portfolio overnight, but small gains end up, really making your portfolio grow. But yes, there was back in a day, I might have been 16, 17, that I was all in on, what was it? It was like IDEX. It was when it went like $1 to $3, and I literally could not sleep. I woke up 8 times in the middle of the night, just checking my phone, and then I just never again do I ever do something like that. Yeah, we'll make that. You know what? When I drop some merch, we're gonna put that quote on a sweatshirt. If I can't sleep with stock, I am interested in dropping merch. Some people wanted me to, but I was like, I don't have any idea how to or price it or ship it out. I don't even know. It's kind of a lot of work. Yeah, futures are looking good. Wonder what China's doing. Wonder what APPS earnings are. Actually, I probably just look on here. A lot of my growth names have earnings later later. So APPS, when are we reporting? 11/1, so next week or Friday, I don't even know. Wait. Yeah, next week. XP is reporting on the same time. Oh, geez. So the 1st of November is going to be pretty. I might not be able to sleep, but because all my big holdings are on that day. Oh no, and my other one. Oh geez, I might not be sleeping November 1st. I will, but earnings regardless will be fine. BCRX is another name that has been. I know there's been no catalyst in October earnings, so shorts have been taking advantage. But coming back in November, we got a lot more catalysts coming up, stuff like that. So again, BCRX, I do think we'll hit $100 one day in 3 to 5 years. Yeah, we'll take a look at Okijin. Okijin, I did play this name back in the Discord a while ago. I do like that Okijin. We've really been forming this bull flag for. That's not how you spell Okijin. Okay. We've been forming this bull flag for almost like a year and a half now. We can see whenever we break out of this, we make some very, very big moves. We did break out of this, so we do have a long ways to go up. The problem is we just haven't kept that momentum. Everything looks fine on here. Again, we did fill this gap yesterday, which was good to see. I should have actually looked. That 775 level would have been good. For Okijin, I want it to, I think over 850, we're looking really, really bullish. Um, you know, I do want to make sure, I think a stop loss of 775 looks good, but 850 will be good. Looks okay. You know, we did break this downtrend, which would be good to see. We'll see how that, you know, that WHO approval. I know they were banking on if their WHO approval comes through, stuff like that, but it looks okay. What are some Chemo Farm is doing good as well. Okay. If you guys, I do appreciate all the subs coming through. I am live every day. Don't see anyone join Discord. If you guys are interested, the Discord is there. It should just be in the bio. There's also a lot of people to talk to there that are smart. I'm not that smart, but yeah, I am watching Mark just climb in Germany. It's crazy. I wonder if there's going to be a big sell-off or people are going to catch FOMO tomorrow. Man, half of me wants to stay up till 2 a.m. so we can see this, but half of me wants to go to bed. We'll see. Maybe I'll stay up till 2 a.m. Again, I like to be live for the markets in the morning, so we'll see. I just looked at some guy who lost 80K on Dwack. I feel bad, but I almost don't. I do feel bad, but you know, you buy stock up 2,000%. I don't know what you expect. For any of my long-term viewers, I think this week we might be hitting 1,000 subs just based off of what we do every week. Do want to take a look. We are really close. To monetization. I actually wasn't paying attention, but this public hours is going to be the problem, so we do need 4,000. So I do think we'll probably have 12 or 1,300 before we do get monetized, but just have to see. Thanks, Imai. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Again, live every day. Try to be Mondays, Wednesdays, and Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. I'm live a lot, but Mondays and Wednesdays I do have school and I do work a job too. So, yeah, we'll look at Mark. Not much to say about Mark. Again, I got shares at $1.55. I did sell a lot off. Mark looks super good. It's up 450 in Germany, so I can't really tell. Super volatile, so if you're playing it, just make sure you're scaling out if you're at money and stuff like that. Thanks, man. I'm still learning the charts. VTOL makes personal aircrafts. They came out with new demo video. Aircraft looks cool. Yeah, so the thing is technical analysis goes so far. For example, bio stocks are really, really hard for me to play because there's a lot of catalysts and I can't keep my mind up. But for someone like you, who reads into the company, the chart, you can just throw it out the window at that point. I will take a look at, earnings, revenue increases, stuff like that. That's why I try to combine both of them together. But yeah, the chart doesn't tell the story all the time. The chart, maybe Mark, I don't know. Mark is up crazy. We'll see. With charts, charting is more for me. Obviously, day trading, stuff like that, you read the charts, but I do focus on long-term companies and stuff like that. So for the most part, charts just show me where I should be scaling some out, good buy zones, stuff like that. But if you can learn how to read financial statements on top of charts, you'll be good to go. You'll be good to go. Well, maybe. There's a lot of aspects involved. And Marcus, all these stocks that are just soaring right now, Dwack, all these, I do expect Mark is eventually going to hit that point that we plummet. If we're all the way up at $4 in Germany, obviously this 472 level is going to be huge, but we see all these big spikes and they just get sold off immediately. So, if you are up in money on Mark, just make sure that you're scaling out. I don't want anyone, we teach, I teach good rules. With my growth stocks, it's a little bit different, but I sell half when I'm up 100%. But on these stocks, if you look I always scale out. So if I'm up, on these day trades, if I'm up 10, 20%, yeah, I have 3K shares of Mark. How do you suggest scaling out? That's up to you. So, whatever strategy works best for you. For example, usually I scale out on my day trades. When I'm up 10%, I scale out half. And then, I scale out, maybe 10% every, whatever, 5% increase after that. If you have 3K shares of Mark right now and it's sitting at $5 in open, that's up to you. What I would do is, every time maybe it goes up 20 cents, maybe sell or whatever that is. You can't. It's hard. If you catch me live when I'm day trading, you'll see a better example. But for me, I did catch Mark down here at 1.5, right? So I played this big up run up here. So I got in at 0.5, and as soon as we hit 1.9, that's about 25%. So I scaled out half. When I'm day trading, I always look at these last lows. So I got in here at $1.50, and I sold out half up here. And then looking at this chart, we started to jump up here. So this was our last low right here. So I always raise up my stop loss as well. So on top of scaling out, I raise up my stop loss. So we went here, and then I saw that this last low was in here. So I started to scale up in these $2 ranges. But on top of scaling out, I raised my stop limit up to 1.67. Again, up here, we have this new low right here, so I put my stop loss at 1.9 and so forth. We can see that a stock usually goes up when we have higher lows. So here's a higher low, here's a higher low, and then I did have a stop loss right here at 2.1. So hard to explain when you guys... Oh, what's up, Sean Ernest? I love the Patreon. I'm glad you do. How are you doing, Sean Ernest? Glad to see you up at 12 o'clock. But yeah, that's totally up to you. Just make sure you're scaling out, protecting profits. I'll probably do a YouTube video on that. We'll think. Fun for the day. Again, these are very emotional names. It's very hard. I mean, we're up like 1,000%, so it's gonna be really, really hard. I don't know. Obviously this $5 level is going to be key, but it's really hard to say. They're so volatile. I'll have to see how the price action looks tomorrow. The price action will be really, really key to see. I don't know. For all these super volatile names, it's really hard to be like, when I look at here, there's just no support levels. There's no resistance levels. We're just up so much. I mean, obviously, this is just a straight line up. So, I can't really look at that, unfortunately. And then back to the scaling out thing. It's kind of preference too. I know some people that don't scale out and they sell once they hit their price target. For me, it's just an arbitrary number. I'll scale out as we go up and raise up the stop limit. If that's 10%, every time we move up, whatever percent, just kind of hard, but I might do a different video. I do have some clips from when I have been day trading, stocks that go up 80-90%. You can see that more. How did you decide on APPS, XP, BCRX? They really look good. Seems like they are the kind of stocks I do not see in my everyday news. So glad I came across your channel to learn about these stocks. Yes, so here it's hyper growth. So let's go back to the whole story. Let's rewind 2 years, and I'm sitting in my chair looking at this. APPS. So I bought it at about $15 here. I've been watching APPS, and this earnings came out right here. These earnings year over year have been really, really good. So I usually add to my growth portfolio on quarters. I'll move some numbers around, but really what you're looking for is that, we're just growing every year. And APPS does that. So I saw that I think it was this quarter when it was $15. I think we grew like 600% that quarter. Same thing with XP. So when I do, I just plug this in. We'll put an APPS. And here we see that our EPS last quarter is 162%, and our sales is over, it's 260%. So for these hyper growth names, pretty much what I look for is, we'll look more into that, but I want to see my EPS and sales over 100% quarter over quarter. We can see that there, But let alone we look at our 3% year, and that is just crazy. So I look at growth quarter over quarter, and then if I do a little bit more digging, I will look at, if I do find a growth stock I like, I go more. This is how I find a lot of my multi-bagger stocks. I'll go into, how much does the CEO hold? What does the CEO do? Is he dumb? Stuff like that. But again, annually, we're just doubling every quarter. A big thing for me on these hypergrowth names, for hypergrowth, they have to be really profitable to put that money back into the company. Our cost of revenue is super, super slim, and our operating expense is a little high, but we are still making a good income year over year. Same thing for XP. This same analysis is there. Every year we almost tripled. We're tripling here. Our cost of revenue is high on this one, but for this one, for XP in general, I'm looking more at the growth numbers, and we still are profitable, but those profit margins are very important. But that's kind of a brief summary of how I find them. Again, I'm in APPS at 15. It's just growth year over year. What website to use for charts? This is Thinkorswim. So you can make a TD Ameritrade account for free, and then you can use Thinkorswim. A couple other ones are TradingView is free. TradingView is really, really good. I've just been using Thinkorswim for the last 4 or 5 years, so I know where things are at, so it's easier. I do like how it is surfaced. I don't trade on here because I don't want people to know what my account is. I'm very transparent of where I buy, sell, stuff like that. But you can seriously just sit here and buy right here. You can buy whatever you want here. You can sell it. You can change this to a stop limit. Here, if we go over here to market, we can go stop limit, a trailing stop, lots of different things. So Thinkorswim is good. Thank you very much. That was well explained. Thank you. Yeah, it's hard. I need to do another video. What mostly stems for me is when I look at earnings. So if a company this earnings comes out with crazy earnings, I'll look more into that. But if we look at a company like Upstart has went $20 to $400, that is just because of earnings last quarter. So I will be looking. I do have Upstart at $80, but I'll show you kind of what I'm looking at when I look here. So we'll put in Upstart here, and Upstart, these are crazy numbers, 1,300% on sales and EPS. So just last earnings brought this $20 to $400. So I'll look at revenue year over year or quarter. If it has a really good quarter, I'll look into that. Then I'll start looking into my other stuff, and then I'll decide if I like it or not. Upstart, yeah, I got Upstart at $50. I found it. We had earnings right here, and we had earnings this day. Ended up getting here, or maybe it's not 50, maybe it's closer to about 60, 70, but I do have that pretty early. It's getting so close to daily, or we're getting really close to breakout on futures here. Like a daily breakout over this. And again, with hypergrowth, and then I hold 50% hypergrowth in my portfolio, and then I have about 30% of blue chip stock, stuff like Amazon, Apple, stuff that it performs well year over year. Even I have a little bit of index funds, and then I feel like that balances me out pretty well. And then I have 20% that I use for swing and day trades, and then I risk off 5% of my portfolio on a swing or day trade. I risk off 10% of that 5%, and I'm only allowing myself to lose 0.5%. And with doing that, you can, last week, I only went, I think I won 2 out of 5 trades on the stream, but with using my stop losses and my techniques, I was able to, profit well. The stocks, the day trades that, it was 3 for 5, but the stocks that, we made 80% on, as long as you use your, good risk reward, you should be fine. Risk reward is really all the market's about. Even something like Mark, this is our support line right here. if you always want to buy close to support on a stock. So, for example, this is a trend line right here, and a trend line acts as support. So for me, I was scalping. Whenever it hit this bottom of the support line, I'd buy, sell some, and then, for example, Disney. When we talk about good risk reward, this is our channel right here. We can see that we have good support right here, and we usually come up here. So for our channel trades, you buy at the bottom, you sell at the top. It's that easy. If we do end up breaking this big resistance line at 187, then you can go long too. But we're sitting at the bottom of this resistance line, or sorry, support line. So for Disney, if you were to risk off, in my opinion, 168, good risk reward, even for leaps. So lots of that stuff. Thanks for all the subs coming. Appreciate it. Don't know how much longer we're going to be live here. I do need to be ready for the market open tomorrow. There's a lot of names that I think we're gonna have another strong day on some of these Trump plays or whatever you want to call them. So I want to be up, being ready to profit off of that. Hopefully. All right. Actually, I'm gonna do this. I've been live for about an hour. That's all I wanted to do. I'm going to end it here. If you guys have any questions before I end it, let me know. Discord is below. I am live every day, so that is there as well. So hopefully you guys learned something or found some value in it. If you guys don't have any questions, I will see you guys tomorrow. If not, just let me know, and we'll go over for the next few minutes. Cool. Oh, my webcam wasn't even on. I thought my webcam was on. What? All right, that should have been set up already. Interesting. I don't know why that wasn't set up, but that'll be ready tomorrow. All right, that should have been up. That sucks. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome, Sai. No worries. Thank you. Yep, hopefully we'll make some money tomorrow. We'll see. Market's pointing up. What time do you start trading in the morning? Man, I try to be on right when the market opens, but sometimes I have school and work, so sometimes I sleep in. But yeah, I would probably say anywhere. Probably, I need to get an actual schedule. I'd probably say right at market open. Sometimes I do tend to get on about 30 minutes after. I'll be live sometime, and then I do stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. I stream pretty much all day. Mondays and Wednesdays I have school, so you know, that's in there. Futures, what are you doing? Interesting. Take a look at our level 2 data. Super thin. You really can't look at level 2 data on futures, but futures really don't matter too much. We'll see what happens tomorrow. All right, cool. If you guys are done, make sure you guys sub. Discord's below. Appreciate everyone being here. Hopefully tomorrow the names do well. All right.